Hello, and welcome. I want to start by asking you one question. How often do you use an AI tool like ChatGPT, Claude AI or Copilot at work, and walk away thinking, that wasn't very useful? If you said often, this presentation is for you. Today we're going to cover prompt engineering for human resources. This is a complete, practical, 30-module guide to making AI genuinely useful in your human resources role. By the end of this session, you'll have frameworks, templates, real prompts you can use immediately, and a roadmap to become one of the most AI-fluent human resources professionals in your organization and industry. Let's get into it. The following are the topics we shall cover in this presentation today. So, what exactly is prompt engineering? In simple terms, it's the practice of crafting precise, structured inputs to AI models so they consistently produce accurate, useful, professional outputs. Think of it this way: AI is like an incredibly capable new team member who is brilliant but needs very clear instructions. If you say, write something about human resources, they'll produce something generic. If you say, you are an experienced human resources business partner, write a 200-word rejection email for a candidate who reached the final interview stage for a talent acquisition role. Tone: warm and empathetic. Include their name. You'll get something professional and usable. That's prompt engineering, and it rests on 4 pillars: precision, repeatability, structure, and efficiency. Let's break down why this matters so much for human resources specifically. Here's the reality check. 65% of human resources entry-level tasks involve document creation or communication of some kind. Human resources professionals who use well-structured prompts complete tasks 4.2 times faster than those who don't. And 68% of human resources professionals report that AI output quality doesn't meet their standards, which tells us the gap is almost always in the prompt, not the AI. The use cases are everywhere in our work: job description writing, candidate screening messages, interview question generation, policy Q&A, learning content creation, people analytics summaries, performance review drafting. All of this can be elevated with good prompting skills. So let's get into the craft of it. Every great human resources prompt has 5 elements. Number 1. Role. Tell the AI who it is. Not, write a review. Say, you are an experienced human resources business partner specializing in performance management. That simple shift changes the entire quality of the output. Number 2. Context. Give background, the industry, company size, the specific situation. The more relevant context, the more relevant the response. Number 3. Task. Be precise about what you want. Not, write a training module. Say, design a 45-minute training session on unconscious bias for first-time managers. Number 4. Format. Always specify the output structure. Bullet points? A table? 200 words? A facilitator guide? Say it explicitly. Number 5. Constraints. Set your guardrails. No jargon. Inclusive language. Under 300 words. Grade 8 reading level. No salary information. Role, context, task, format, constraints. Learn these 5, and your AI outputs will transform overnight. Let's get practical with the most common mistakes and how to fix them. On the do side, be specific about everything. Specify tone and length. Give examples of the style you want. Iterate. Refine your prompt 2 or 3 times before calling it final. And test with variations. On the don't side, never use vague prompts like, write an human resources email. Never assume AI knows your company culture, tell it. And critically, never paste real employee data into a public AI tool. We'll cover data privacy in detail later, but this is non-negotiable. The biggest mindset shift is this: the first output is not the final product. It's the starting point. The best prompt engineers are the ones who treat AI like a collaboration, not a vending machine. Human resources professionals use 6 main types of prompts, and understanding which type fits your need helps you write better prompts from the start. Generative prompts create new content from scratch. Transformative prompts rewrite or improve existing content, perfect for policy simplification. Analytical prompts extract insights from data or text, great for survey analysis. Evaluative prompts assess quality or identify gaps, ideal for resume review. Conversational prompts simulate dialogue, excellent for interview prep. And chained prompts are multi-step sequential prompts for complex human resources tasks. Let's now look at each major human resources function and the specific prompts that will save you hours every week. Recruitment is where most human resources professionals first experience the power of AI, and also where they first get frustrated with vague outputs. The job description prompt on screen is your template. Notice how it specifies the AI's role, the company context, the candidate persona, the desired structure with specific sections, the tone, the word count, and what to avoid. Each of these elements is doing work. Remove any one of them, and the output gets noticeably weaker. The pro tips on the right are important. Always include your employer value proposition in the context. Ask the AI to generate an attention-grabbing headline separately, and run every output through a bias-checking prompt before you publish. We'll show you that prompt later. Candidate communications are the face of your employer brand, and yet they're often generic, rushed, and impersonal. AI can help you change that, at scale. 3 prompts here. A screening rejection email that is genuinely warm rather than transactional. An interview invitation that builds excitement. And a pre-screening question set that goes beyond basic qualifying questions. The key instruction here is, always personalize before sending. The AI gives you the structure and the language, you add the human touch by reviewing, adjusting, and sometimes adding a personal line. That combination of AI efficiency and human judgment is what great human resources looks like in practice. Interview question quality is one of the most significant predictors of hiring success, and one of the areas where AI adds the most value. On this slide we have 3 types: behavioral questions using the STAR framework, situational questions that test problem solving and values, and competency questions that test specific technical human resources skills. The prompt template is at the bottom. Generate 5 behavioral or situational or competency interview questions for a specific role in a specific industry. Include STAR format. Include follow-up probes. That last element, follow-up probes, is something most interviewers don't prepare, and it's where the best candidate insights come from. Ask AI to generate them every time. Onboarding is the highest ROI period of any employee's journey. Research consistently shows that structured onboarding programs increase retention by up to 82%. The prompt template on the right creates a full 30-60-90-day plan with learning objectives, key relationships, milestone deliverables, and success metrics. That's a document that would take most human resources professionals 2 hours to write from scratch, and with a well-crafted prompt, you have a solid draft in under 3 minutes. This is the efficiency multiplier that prompt engineering unlocks. The 5 use cases on the left, the welcome message, reading list, FAQ document, and first month goal prompt, are your onboarding content toolkit. Build all 5, and your new joiner experience transforms. For modules 4 through 12, employee experience, performance management, learning and development, policy and compliance, people analytics, compensation and benefits, DAE, employee relations, and HR communications. Each slide follows the same pattern. A prompt template you can use immediately, and supporting prompts for related tasks. I encourage you to pause on each of these slides as you work through the deck, and identify the 2 or 3 prompts that are most relevant to your current HR priorities. The goal is not to learn all 30 prompts at once, it's to identify your top 5 and get those working in your toolkit this week. A few highlights from these modules. On people analytics, the critical instruction is to anonymize all data before it enters any AI tool. Use employee A, not real names. Use department X, not the actual team name. This is non-negotiable. On DAE, slide 17, the inclusive JD audit prompt is a game changer. Paste any job description in, ask AI to score it for inclusion, and it will identify biased language you've probably never noticed. On employee relations, slide 18, the grievance acknowledgement prompt is carefully written to be empathetic but legally neutral. Always have your employment law team review any communications generated with AI. Now we move into advanced techniques, and this is where prompt engineering gets genuinely powerful. Chain of thought prompting asks the AI to reason step by step rather than jump to an answer. For complex human resources challenges, attrition, restructuring, performance issues, this produces dramatically better strategic insights. Look at the 5-step structure. Anchor the role. Set the scene. Ask it to think aloud. Specify the output format. Then ask it to validate its own assumptions. That last step is particularly powerful. Asking the AI to critique its own response before finalizing it produces more balanced, nuanced outputs, and surfaces assumptions you should verify with data. The example at the bottom, using this approach on an attrition problem, is a template you can adapt for almost any complex human resources scenario. Persona prompting is a technique that lets you access different perspectives and expertise levels within the same AI session. 3 personas that are particularly valuable for HR. The candidate persona. Use this for interview prep, candidate experience mapping, or understanding how your communications land with job seekers. The crow persona. Use this when you need to stress test your business cases, think through strategic human resources decisions, or prepare for executive conversations. The labor advisor persona. Use this to navigate legal nuance in employment matters. Always note: treat AI legal guidance as a starting point for discussion with qualified counsel, not as a final answer. Switching between personas within the same session lets you pressure test your thinking from multiple angles. It's like having a panel of senior advisors available at any time. Few-shot prompting is perhaps the most underused technique in human resources. The idea is simple. Instead of describing your desired tone and style in words, you show the AI 2 or 3 examples of what you want. The example on screen shows 2 recognition messages written in a specific, direct, emoji-friendly company style. By showing rather than telling, the AI learns to match that style precisely, even for a completely new situation. If your organization has a distinctive communication style, this technique is how you get AI to replicate it consistently. Collect 2 or 3 examples of your best human resources communications and use them as your style anchors. The 6-step iteration cycle is the discipline that separates casual AI users from prompt engineers. Draft, run, evaluate, score it on accuracy, tone, format, and completeness. Diagnose, which element caused the problem. Refine, change one variable at a time, not everything at once. And document, save your winning prompt. That last step is the one most people skip. And it means they repeat the same work every time. Your prompt library compounds in value every week. Treat it like a knowledge asset. Never input real employee names, IDs, salaries, performance scores, medical information, or any personally identifiable information into a public AI tool. This is a data protection issue in most jurisdictions. In India under the Digital Personal Data Protection Act. In Europe under GDPR. If you're unsure about your local legal obligations, speak to your legal team before using AI for anything involving employee data. The 6 principles on screen: data anonymization, bias awareness, human oversight, audit trails, legal compliance, and consent and transparency, are your AI ethics framework for human resources. AI is a powerful tool. Tools used responsibly amplify your professionalism. Tools used carelessly create legal and reputational risk. The choice is yours. 4 rapid-fire modules, your prompt library. Start building it today. Use a shared document or Notion page. Categorize by human resources function, version your prompts, and review quarterly. AI tools comparison. ChatGPT and Claude perform best for human resources content creation. Microsoft Copilot is unmatched for Office integration. Google Gemini is strongest for research and Google Workspace users. Use the enterprise version of any tool for anything involving sensitive human resources context. 7 common mistakes. The biggest one is accepting the first draft. The second biggest is vague prompts. The third is putting real employee data into AI. Avoid these 3 and you're already ahead of most human resources professionals. Your starter pack: 30 prompts across 6 human resources categories. This is your quick reference guide. Save it, share it with your team. Start with the 3 prompts you need most this week. Your implementation roadmap is straightforward. Days 1 to 30. Learn. Pick 3 human resources tasks you do weekly. Write and test 10 prompts. Build your foundation. Days 31 to 60. Build. Create your prompt library. Share your best prompts with colleagues. Run a team workshop. Days 61 to 90. Lead. Present your AI efficiency wins to leadership. Propose team-wide prompt standards. Measure the time you've saved. The human resources professionals who follow this roadmap will, within 3 months, be producing demonstrably better quality human resources work in significantly less time. That is a competitive advantage in any human resources career. 7 takeaways to close with. 1. Prompt engineering is a human resources superpower. Master it, don't fear it. 2. The 5-element framework: role, context, task, format, constraints, is your foundation for every prompt you write. 3. Use AI for speed and scale. Keep humans in the loop for judgment, empathy, and legal accountability. 4. Build your prompt library. It compounds like a knowledge asset and grows more valuable every week. 5. Data privacy is non-negotiable. Anonymize before you prompt. Always. 6. Iterate 2 to 3 times. The first draft is always the starting point, not the finish line. 7. Start with 3 prompts you need this week. Build your confidence from real wins. Thank you for watching. If this was valuable, please like, save, and share this with an human resources professional in your network who needs to see it. Until next time, keep learning, keep prompting, and keep being the human resources professional your organization needs. Hope you enjoyed and found this learning series valuable. If you liked it, please do subscribe to the channel for more exciting content coming up, and also share with your team and friends who can be benefited. Do share your experience in the comments section. For advice, insights and consulting queries, please write to us on the email available on the channel. Stay tuned for more. Thank you.